Hello, my yarny friends. I was just looking at myself and I realized I'm not wearing any lipstick today, so I hope you don't mind if my lips disappear. I usually, get ready and everything in the morning, but Rosie's been having a morning where she needed to go outside quite often, and so I didn't put my lipstick on. Sorry. I'll bite my lips. I have very white lips. I always have. And so when I get sick, they kind of just disappear. Although I'm not sick right now. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I have something very exciting to tell you. Are you ready? We reached 85,000 subscribers. And I think that's pretty cool, don't you? I never thought when I started doing YouTube videos that I would ever have so many subscribers. But to be honest with you, I never thought that I would meet so many wonderful people. I was watching you all interacting again on the live feed there during in the chatting, and I was just overwhelmed with the amount of people who tune in. You guys have made friendships among yourselves and with me. And most of us have never even met each other in person. And I just think that's just so amazing. We have a wonderful, wonderful crochet community. And that was one of the things I was going to talk about today, is how truly thankful I am for our crochet community. It's just wonderful. It's the highlight of my week every week. Get up Tuesday morning. I'm getting everything ready. I usually schedule everything out so I know what I'm going to talk about. But sometimes I change it, and stuff like that. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I've said since the beginning, this is our time to get away from all our cares of the world and just have some time together to cheer each other up and help each other have a great day or a great week or whatever, and set those cares aside. And I say that to you, but it's for me too, because it's my time with you. And so anyway, I've got my thankful cup today. I got this several years ago at Hobby Lobby. It just says give thanks, and it's just got beautiful flowers all over it. I have to be careful with it because you can see right here, there's a crack. There's one here and one over here. And I only use it like a couple times a year. I don't even know how that crack happened. Knowing me, I dropped it, getting it out of the dishwasher or something. So I'm drinking my pumpkin spice today with my French vanilla sugar-free creamer. Clinkety clink clink to all of you. Thank you for being a part of my videos. And I say this all the time. I can't do it without you. You all make my job easy. I wanted to just start out with that and just tell you just how thankful I am. All right. Another thing is, for this month, Sylvia was our winner, and she contacted me like right after our video last Tuesday. And I usually go to the post office on Fridays, because I usually have other things I have to pick up or mail or whatever. And I ended up having to run out on Wednesday, so I sent it out on Wednesday. I think she got it like Saturday or something. It just got there super duper fast, and I was really excited about it because, remember, it was the crochet hook set. She chose the Susan Bates style, which I was really happy about. I'm gonna show a little selfishness here. I would have set the other one if that's the one she would have wanted. But I'm more of a boy crochet hook, B-O-Y-E crochet hook style. And she said she's a Susan Bates style. And it worked out great because I kept one of them. He gave me one. And then he gave me the other one that was bought by somebody else. Remember, one of our longtime friends bought it and sent it to us as a giveaway. Wonderful giveaway. But anyway, I was super glad that it got there quickly, because it meant a lot to me for this person to buy it, to donate, but also knowing that money went to the cause for this scholarship for Buddy's son. So that's super duper neat. If you want to know all about that, you have to watch last week's video if you missed out on it, okay? So anyway, let's see. We talked about that. But, yeah, I cannot begin to tell you how thankful I am. If you go back 7 years, I think it's been 7.5 years since I've been doing live videos, YouTube tutorials, and all kinds of different things pertaining to yarn and crochet and a few crafts. Go back to some of my videos I did 7.5 years ago, and you will laugh so hard at how silly I was. I was just so silly, but it was so much fun, and I really encourage you to do that. Sometimes I do that, and I'll watch, and I'll be laughing so hard, and my husband's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "Me." So anywho, it's been a long, fun journey, and I've enjoyed it so much, and I have so much more to share. So buckle up for 2025, because I got lots of fun stuff already planned. All right, so there's 2 Black Friday sales I want to tell you about. The first one is, let me hold up my sign that I made. Black Friday sale. Now, I've been telling you about this one, and I want to show you a picture of my beautiful granddaughter. What we're doing is in my Ravelry shop, we're having a sale. I already started it. I wasn't going to start it till midnight tonight, but I just went ahead and started it. All of my patterns in Ravelry are buy one, get one free. You can buy as many as you want. There's no limits, no exceptions, nothing. Just go in and buy as many patterns as you want. And then you need to put in the code, and it's just choir trip. And that's all it is. All caps. Just put it in, and it will give you 50% off everything. Okay? And what we're doing is my granddaughter Calleigh, she goes to Mustang High School. She's in the honors choir, and they're going to Texas for a competition, I believe it. And they're also going to see the Alamo, which I think is fun. The first time we went to the Alamo, it was under construction. Well, I don't mean original construction. It was being updated, so we didn't get to see all of it. But the second time we went in and saw the video and everything. It's very interesting. So anywho, my granddaughter needs, I think it's $450, but I mean, I realize we may not be able to get that much, but any pattern that's bought between today, which it's already started. Yes, we did the Riverwalk. It was amazing. There's a steakhouse down there we ate at that was amazing as well. Anywho, any patterns that are bought in my Ravelry shop from now until Cyber Monday, which is next Monday, all of the proceeds go to Calleigh, not to her whole school trip or anything like that. It goes to Calleigh in her choir trip fund. So it's not for all the kids. It's just for my granddaughter Calleigh. Okay. I was going to show you her picture because I just love her so much. If it'll come up. There it is. All right. I'm going to click over here. I'm just going to show you with my iPad. It makes it a lot easier. This is my granddaughter Calleigh. She's 15. She's a sophomore. And this was taken at the Mustang Pace Center. They built a beautiful Pace Center. It is gorgeous. But this is her in her choir dress. And doesn't she look all fancy and pretty? I just love her to death. She's my artist. Her and I have like kindred spirits. She loves to paint. She doesn't do crochet, but she is an artist with music and with all kinds of different arts. Anyway, that's my Black Friday sale. Now, I have put the information underneath this video for the link for Ravelry, and then the code is just choir trip. So when you go to Ravelry, just fill up your cart with as many patterns as you want to. They're all going to be 50% off. You just have to at least buy 2 to get the savings. But you can buy as many as you want, and all of the monies goes to her choir trip, because they just paid, remember, a whole bunch of money with her brother in band, in marching band, and we did a fundraiser for him in the spring, and so I told her I would do one for her in the fall. Okay? All right, now that's mine for me. Now, Premier Yarn is also having a big Black Friday sale, and their sale starts tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what's on it. But it's a lot of really good stuff, and I probably will partake in it this time. I couldn't do it the last sale that they had because I was at my budget, and I'm trying really hard to stay in my yarn budget. It is not easy for me, okay? Some would say that I am obsessed with yarn. I don't know why they say that, do you? But anyway, I know it's a really great sale, and it's going to run from Wednesday to Cyber Monday, I believe. It might be the day after. Mine starts today. Theirs starts tomorrow at noon. And they're in New Jersey, so that would be probably 11 Central Time, if I'm doing that right. Or maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember. Anywho, your best bet is just to go to and use my Premier Yarn link tomorrow afternoon, and go to Premier Yarn and click on the Black Friday sale, and you'll know what it is. Okay? I just wanted you to be prepared because it's a super duper sale. Okay? And I'm super excited about it because, like I said, I realize it isn't quite December yet, but I'm going to be able to use some of my December budget to buy some yarn, okay? Anywho. Okay. My notes are upside down. I'm so excited. All right, so now I want to tell you what we have planned for this week. Okay, or what we did for last week. I'm so excited about yarn, I can't even think. All I can see is like yarn up in my brain going, oh, I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one. Thank you, Anna. I do have a beautiful granddaughter. She doesn't look like me. She looks just like her daddy. Everyone says my daughter looks just like me, but when I see her, I see my mother-in-law. Luckily, I had a very beautiful mother-in-law. Alrighty, so what did we do this week at Posh Pooch Designs? Well, the first thing I want to show you is this blanket that's behind me. This is the Holly Jolly Gumdrop blanket. It is so soft and squishy. It is a mitered blanket. I'm going to try to show you what I'm talking about. You start with a granny square that is solid, and then you just go back and forth on the one side all the way. And it's so soft. It's so easy. And all we did for the trim is we went all the way around with a row of double crochet and then a row of single crochet. And this blanket is 45. Let me get the square here. This blanket is, I keep dropping it. This blanket is 45 by 45 inches. And you can make it as big as you want. I made this for the back of my couch. Okay, and you can make it smaller because this would make a wonderful Christmas blanket for a newborn baby at Christmas. Or maybe your birthday's in December or something like that. I just love it so much. It's so squishy. Okay. Let me throw it back behind me. Now, I threw it on the ground. All right, let's pretend like you didn't see that and that blanket's still there. The yarn that we used is this, and this is why I called it Gumdrop. This is Premier Gumdrop, and the color is called Holly Jolly. So, Holly Jolly Gumdrop Christmas blanket, right? Let's see those colors. Isn't that beautiful? It's a mottled color. Let me bring you over here. Ignore what's underneath here again, because we're going to talk about that in a minute. But see how it has a mottled stuff to it? There's a light, like a real light green, and then there's this darker green and this bright red that's kind of, let me pull that out a little bit. And this is what it looks like on the side. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I think they have 9 different colors of this. And to make the blanket, you need about 3, almost 4, over 3.5. If you make it 48 by 40, or yeah, 48 by 48 inches. Okay? Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so, I don't know if this is going to be on the Black Friday sale, but if it is, go grab you some because this yarn is amazing. Okay, it is super soft. It's a super bulky 6, 100% polyester. And see that thing there? It says tested and approved. Premier does this on almost all of their yarns. They test it against 350 plus harmful substances. That means there's no chemicals in it. Because you think, well, why is there chemicals in yarn? But there's a lot of different things used in the process of, spinning it out and on these machines and have the way that it goes onto the cakes and skeins and stuff. They grease things and there's chemicals along the way. Well, these are not done that way. There's no chemicals. And that's important. I've had people say, I don't understand why sometimes I break out from some yarns and I don't from others. And I am that way when it comes to wools. 100% wool, I break out like crazy. But some of the wools that are mixed with other yarns and like some of the different merino wools and stuff like that, depending on how much it's been spun and stuff, I don't break out. And so you just don't know what's going into the process of those things. And so having that on there, tested and approved against 350 plus harmful substances, that's very important. Okay? All right, so don't forget to see if this, I don't know if it is or not because I can't tell you what's on the list yet until tomorrow, but you can see if it is, and if it is, get you some, okay? Because this yarn is amazing. It is so thick, and it's a sturdy yarn. It's more like a velour to me than it is a velvet, or it's not like a blanket yarn. It's more like a velour. It's just so soft, but it's sturdy. You know, a lot of velvet yarns, you start working with it, and it gets stringy, and it breaks. This doesn't do that, okay? All right, anyway, I guess that's our yarn of the week. Premier Gumdrop. All these yarns have candy names too. They're really fun. Alrighty, now let's talk about what else we did this week. And we'll come back over to this camera here. And that's because we did the Christmas gnome ornaments. And I made them in such a style that they match our Christmas gnome pillows. A big string of hot glue. That's probably been there since last year. Anyhow, these are our Christmas gnome pillows that we made last year. They're a little squished up. I need to give them a little bit of love because they were stuck in one of my tubs. That I use these plastic tubs wrapped in plastic to protect my crochet stuff. Because I do store them up in the attic. Okay, and so these are the gnome pillows we made last year. And I think this one is made to make it look like the ugly sweater. This is your basic colors. This one is like elfy colors, and I put different kinds of buttons all over all of them. Okay, and this pattern is on my YouTube. You can find it. And if you go to where we have the small ones, that these are ornaments, I also put the link for the pillow underneath this video as well. That way, if you want to make matching sets, you can. They're done the same. These are bigger, of course, but the style is the same, where we make a front and a back, and we make the beard as we're making the rose, and then the hat, and then little pom-poms, just like these have pom-poms. And it's a really fun project, and it's also a really easy project. I love gnomes, but some of the patterns out there are just so complicated, and it takes you forever to make a gnome that's like 4 inches, And I thought, I don't want to do that. I want something fun. We can whip up fast. The kids can play with them. And on this one, you can make a crochet nose, or you can just use the bead. This is just a little wooden bead. I don't know what size it is. I bought a bag of these at the Dollar Tree, and there were like 20 in there. And they're a really nice size. I guess I could measure it real quick. It looks like it's about 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch if you kind of round it a little. Okay. I do recommend getting a round bead so it looks like a nose, but I do. I love the gnomes, and they're real popular right now. And you can set these around and decorate with them. You could hang them on buntings. I'm going to put these on my tree, and these are going to sit underneath my Christmas tree this year. And so they're a lot of fun, and that's kind of my idea about Christmas. I like to do a lot of nostalgia stuff. I like to do a lot of classy stuff too. But I just really love to do fun things at Christmas. Because, come on. Christmas is fun, right? And I refuse to get all stressed out about gifts. Yes, I am that grandma who now buys gift cards for her grandkids, but I also give them little other things as well. I always put together a little basket or a little gift bag of items, and they always get a gift card and then some other things. Okay. Now, another thing I want to show you is these, and these are our corny corn coasters, and they got kind of squished up underneath those pillows, so let me fix them a little. But these are super fun. This was a request from someone that was about 2 years old. Not the person, the time they waited to make them. And I made this one out of this type of yarn so that it would look like the beautiful fancy Indian corn. This one is your bright yellow corn, and this is just a lighter color. Okay, and then we use just a little bit of white yarn to make the corn silk at the top. And this particular lady has wanted these forever. And so I thought I'll just whip some up, see how I do it. Well, I started doing them round, and they look too much like a lemon, according to my granddaughter. And we know Calleigh is an artist. She said, just do them sideways. It'll look like cornrows. And I don't know if it does as much, but it looks better than the ones going around. Okay? And I just love them. They're super simple, super easy to make. As long as you don't scrunch them up under stuff. As I did. But this one is acrylic, and these two are cotton. And the thing about these is, if you're going to use them, you know, for something that's hot or going to sweat, you want to go with your cottons. But if they're just decorations and things like that, or it's not something that's going to really mess with the surface, because these will still protect the surface. They're just not great if you're going to have wood under there, because, you know, the moisture can get through and mess with the wood underneath. Okay, and so those are our corny corn coasters, just so you can see how big they are. Here's my cup of coffee, and this is a big cup. So, yeah. They're super fun, and I made her super happy by getting them done. I squeezed them in. I rarely squeeze a design in, but it was one of these things where she asked me a couple of years ago. She lives in Nebraska, and she has family in Iowa as well. Corn people. People of the corn. No, that was children of the corn, wasn't it? Anyway, she's super nice, and the truth is I've never met her. We've just been friends online forever. And finally she said, "Is this the year? I want them for Thanksgiving." I'm like, "Okay, I'll get the pattern done so you can whip up a bunch." She's like, "Okay, I'm going out to buy yellow cotton and green cotton and white I've got, so get the pattern out there." I'm like, "Okay, I will." And she loves them. And she went back. She was telling me she went back to Hobby Lobby. It might have been Michael's. I can't remember which place she told me, but she went back and decided she liked the fancy Indian corn ones better. So she was trying to find a cotton that looked like the fancy Indian corn, which I really love this one. This one I think is my favorite, because I think it does look like the fancy Indian corn, you know. So anyway, Heidi's from Nebraska. Anybody else from Iowa or Nebraska? I was born in Iowa. My grandfather and my mom and my aunt were raised in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. My grandfather, Don Taft, was a well-known football coach. Look it up. In Iowa. He passed away when I was like 6, I think, but he was well-known in Iowa for his coaching abilities for football. He was also a history teacher at the high school there. But anyway, that's what I did this week. Okay, and so just in case you're wondering, I talked about this last week. I'm not going to be doing the this or that videos. It was 6 weeks. The last 2 weeks of November and then the month of December, I won't be doing the this and that videos. Okay? What I will be doing is an extra little video in between of just some different things for Christmas, because I want to do some different ornaments and things, but I also want to do what I call a week of gifts, and that's just items that you can stitch up and have around for gifts. And I've got something really fun for Friday. I think you're going to enjoy, and it's going to be something that has 2 uses. I like to do multi-use things. Okay, and then next week on Monday, we have our December square of the month. And then that will be the last one for the year. And then in January, I'll tell you about how we're going to put the squares together and make the blanket. Probably maybe the second week of January, because a lot of people that first week of January are in Na-Na land like I am. The first week of January, I'm like, the year's over. You know? So anyway, probably the second week of January we'll do the blanket. But anyway, I have some really fun patterns. I think they're fun that I've written, and so I've got some gifts, some hats, and some scarves, and some different things that you can whip up and make as gifts for Christmas. But the truth of the matter is, these types of patterns can be made anytime. They don't have to be made at Christmas. That's what I'm trying to say. They're just gifts for any time. If someone has a birthday, you want to make them a hat or scarf or whatever, you can. But I'm also going to be intermingling in more Christmas stuff. And that's why I wanted to use the time on Wednesday to do some of the Christmas stuff so we don't miss out on those as well. Okay? I don't want... You're going to have to, I'm not going to be doing all the grams because here in America we don't use the grams. So you can go online. All you have to do is put in how many grams is so many ounces, and it'll give you that. It'll give you that answer. Yeah, I've had lots of people ask me if I would do things in stitches in English terms, but I'm in America, so we're going to do everything American style. Didn't that used to be a show? So no, I don't do the grams. All you have to do is Google it. If a pattern says it's 12 ounces, ask it how many grams is 12 ounces, and it'll give you that answer. Okay, so let's see. Are there any other questions real quick? Okay, so the gifts for the patterns that Dee is asking about is they're all going to be different. Some things are going to be smaller that you can whip up and have on hand. And there'll be other items that won't be quite so small, but you can have them on hand. Okay? So, yeah. But like I said, they're going to be intermingled in with they're going to be intermingled with Christmas items, but I've got a couple things for the new year also. A couple things like I've got this really, really pretty sparkly cowl that has like a fur trim. It's really, really pretty that I made out of the new L by Me yarn from Premier. And it's going to be super pretty. And it's something you'll probably want to wear like for New Year's Eve or something, or to a nice party. Okay, so it's kind of an intermix sort of thing. But anyway, I was just trying to explain, you know, I'm still going to have a lot of Christmas items as well as items that are gifts. It's hard to say if it's a quick stitch sometimes because every evening I crochet. I'm always in design mode, and design mode moves to, you know, type mode, then it's testing mode, then it's yarn mode, you know. So, you know, measurings and all of those things, modes are constantly going on. And so I'm always crocheting something. And so I crochet probably faster than most people. As a matter of fact, I was sitting down last night, my husband and I were chatting about, he said, I cannot watch TV or watch a movie unless I have yarn in my hands. And that's really true because I'm watching the movie, but I get bored if I'm not, you know, moving my hands. You know, karate. But, you know, so anyway, that's just me. I guess maybe it keeps me from snacking because if I was eating chips or chocolate chips or M&Ms, my hands would be constantly moving, right? So anyway, alrighty. So that is all I have for you this week. I do want to wish you all a very, very fun and safe Thanksgiving, and I hope that you can spend some time with your family. Now, my daughter's going over to her mother and father-in-law's for their family Thanksgiving, and my son and his daughter, they like to do their own. And so we're getting together on Friday afternoon and evening for our Thanksgiving. My husband and I are going to grill steaks on Thursday. I didn't even buy a turkey this year. And then on Friday, we're going to do spaghetti and meatballs. I'm Italian. And none of us in my family are even Italian. We just really like Italian food. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And I'm doing this really cool thing. I didn't want anybody to have to bake pies, especially because they're going to be doing that on their own anyway. And I saw this thing, my daughter-in-law sent it to me, where you buy these small graham cracker pies, and then you buy a whole bunch of different kinds of puddings and a whole bunch of different kind of toppers. So it works out great because I can't have sugar, but they do make sugar-free pudding. My husband likes lemon pudding. My granddaughter likes butterscotch. Of course, everybody likes chocolate and vanilla. And then my daughter-in-law can't do dairy. And so there is a silk dairy-free pudding made with almond milk. I haven't found it yet. I'm going to go out this week trying to find it. So everybody can have something without anybody having to do any baking. I think it's a really great idea. And I picked up all kinds of toppings. I've got some sugar-free stuff. I've got, sprinkles, Cool Whip, chocolate chips. I found these little teeny tiny caramel balls. And of course, my grandson said I have to have the Heath bar. You can buy the bag where it's all chopped up. That's one of my downfalls. So I may be a little bit cranky if I didn't get that. So I may have to add just a tiny bit. But we've got all kinds of things. Marshmallows and graham cracker. I mean, anything you can think of, we can put on those. So yeah, my husband loves lemon. I like it okay. It's not my favorite. I actually also bought the cream cheesecake flavor, regular pudding, and I'm going to make that one because I couldn't find it in the pre-made containers. But that's super easy. But it's a really fun idea. You should look it up. It is just the neatest idea ever because it's still like having chocolate cake or lemon cake, or I've got crushed I've got roasted almonds, and I'm going to roast some pecans also, crush them up. Just everything you can think of, and that makes everybody happy. And it's also super fun to try lots of different things. You could put a scoop of lemon in your little pie and a scoop of chocolate. Yum, right? So anyway, that's what I've got. So I just want to finish off with this and tell you again how thankful I am for all of you. Thank you for watching each week. And whoever thought little old me would have 85,000 subscribers? It's just amazing. And what I need you all to do is just to push through and tell all your friends so I can get to 100,000 and get that plaque. I need that plaque for 100,000 subscribers, okay? I want this next year. I want it for Christmas next year. Alrighty, so everyone have a happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful time with family and friends, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.